The story of Egypt is one of the oldest and most influential in human history, spanning thousands of years and contributing significantly to civilization, culture, and society. From its origins along the fertile banks of the Nile River to its rise as a powerful empire and eventual modern-day nation, Egypt's history is rich, diverse, and full of achievements. Here is a broad overview of Egypt's historical journey. Prehistoric and early dynastic Egypt, pre-3000 BCE, 2686 BCE, 1. Prehistoric Egypt. The roots of Egyptian civilization date back to around 10,000 BCE, when small groups of people settled along the Nile River. 1. The fertile land along the river allowed for the development of agriculture and the growth of small communities. Dr. 1. Over time, these settlements evolved into more complex societies. 2. Unification of Egypt. Around 3100 BCE, King Nama, also known as Menes, is credited with uniting Upper Egypt, the southern part, and Lower Egypt, the northern part, into one kingdom, marking the beginning of the early dynastic period. 2. This unification laid the foundation for the development of one of the world's earliest and most enduring civilizations. Old Kingdom, 2686 BCE, 2181 BCE. 1. The Age of the Pyramids. The Old Kingdom is often called the Age of the Pyramids due to the construction of Egypt's most iconic monuments, including the Great Pyramid of Giza, built during the reign of Khufu, Cheops, around 2580 BCE. 1. This period saw the development of a powerful, centralized state and the establishment of pharaohs as both political and religious leaders. 2. Pharaohs and religion. The pharaohs were considered gods on earth, and religion played a central role in Egyptian society. 2. The belief in an afterlife and the importance of maintaining harmony and the balance, known as Ma'at, were essential elements of Egyptian culture. 3. Collapse of the Old Kingdom. By the end of the Old Kingdom, Egypt experienced a period of political instability and economic decline, leading to the First Intermediate Period, 2181 to 2055 BCE, during which power became fragmented and rival factions rose. Middle Kingdom, 2055 BCE, 1650 BCE. 1. Reunification. The Middle Kingdom began when Mentuhotep II of the 11th dynasty reunified Egypt, restoring centralized power. 1. This period is often regarded as a time of cultural renaissance, economic stability, and territorial expansion. 2. Literature and art. The Middle Kingdom is known for advancements in literature, with works like the story of Sinuhe, a piece of ancient Egyptian literature that reflects themes of exile and longing for home. 2. Art also flourished, with an emphasis on naturalism and intricate designs. 3. End of the Middle Kingdom. Eventually, the Middle Kingdom weakened due to internal strife, and Egypt once again entered into a period of instability, leading to the Second Intermediate Period. New Kingdom into 1550 BCE, 1070 BCE. 1. The rise of the empire. The New Kingdom represents the height of Egypt's power, wealth, and territorial expansion. 1. This era saw Egypt emerge as an empire, with pharaohs conquering lands as far as modern-day Syria, Palestine, and Nubia, southern Egypt. 2. Famous pharaohs. Hatshepsut, one of the few female pharaohs. Hatshepsut reigned 1479 to 1458 BCE, is known for her extensive building projects, including her famous mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari, and for expanding Egypt's trade networks, particularly with the land of Punt. Thutmose III. Known as the Napoleon of Egypt, Thutmose III reigned 1479 to 1425 BCE, conducted military campaigns that expanded Egypt's empire to its greatest territorial extent. Amenhotep III. A prosperous and peaceful pharaoh, Amenhotep III reigned 1386-1353 BCE, oversaw a period of great wealth and artistic achievement. Vasnun, Akhenaten, and Nefertiti. Pharaoh Akhenaten reigned 1353 to 1336 BCE, is known for his religious revolution, promoting the worship of the sun god Aten and establishing a new capital at Amarna. His queen, Nefertiti, is famous for her beauty and her role in supporting her husband's religious reforms. Tutankhamun, the young Tutankhamun, often referred to as King Tut, became pharaoh at a very young age and is famous today for the discovery of his nearly intact tomb in 1922. His reign was brief, and after his death, Egypt returned to the old religious practices. Ramesses II, Ramesses the Great, one of the most famous Egyptian pharaohs, Ramesses II, reigned 1279 to 1213 BCE, is known for his military victories, especially at the Battle of Kadesh, and for building numerous temples and monuments, including the Abu Simbel temples. Chapter 3. Decline of the New Kingdom. The New Kingdom came to an end due to invasions from the Sea Peoples, internal strife, and the decline of central power, leading to the Third Intermediate Period. Late Period and foreign invasions. 664 BCE, 332 BCE. 1. The Late Period, Egypt fell under the control of a series of foreign powers, including the Assyrians and Persians. 1. Despite this, Egypt maintained a degree of independence and continued to thrive culturally, particularly in art and architecture. Chapter 2. Alexander the Great. In 332 BCE, Alexander the Great of Macedonia conquered Egypt and was welcomed as a liberator. Chapter 2. He founded the city of Alexandria, which became a major center of learning, culture, and trade. Chapter 2. After Alexander's death in 323 BCE, his general Ptolemy I established the Ptolemaic dynasty, which ruled Egypt for nearly 300 years. The Ptolemaic period and Cleopatra 332 BCE, 30 BCE, done one Ptolemaic dynasty. The Ptolemies ruled Egypt for several centuries, blending Greek and Egyptian cultures. 1. The Ptolemaic period is marked by advancements in science, medicine, and literature, and Alexandria became one of the most important intellectual centers in the ancient world, home to the Library of Alexandria. Tikum II, Cleopatra VII. The last ruler of the Ptolemaic dynasty, Cleopatra VII, reigned 51 to 30 BCE, is perhaps the most famous figure of ancient Egypt. Tip 2. She was known for her intelligence, political savvy, and romantic liaisons with Roman leaders Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Chapter 2. After their defeat by the future Roman Emperor Augustus, then Octavian, Cleopatra committed suicide, marking the end of the Ptolemaic rule and the absorption of Egypt into the Roman Empire. Roman and Byzantine Egypt, 30 BCE, 641 CE. 1. Roman Egypt. After Cleopatra's death, Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire. Done what? It was highly valued for its agricultural production, particularly grain, which was critical to the empire's sustenance. 1. Egypt's importance continued during the Byzantine period, the eastern part of the Roman Empire, after the fall of Rome. Chapter 2. Christianity in Egypt. During the Roman and Byzantine periods, Christianity spread throughout Egypt, and the region became a center for Christian thought, particularly with the establishment of the Coptic Church, Islamic conquest, and medieval Egypt. 641 CE, 1517 CE. 1. The Arab conquest. In 641 CE, the Arab Muslims conquered Egypt, marking the beginning of Islamic rule. 1. Egypt became a key part of the Islamic Caliphates, and Cairo, founded in 969 CE, became the capital of the Fatimid Caliphate and later an important cultural and intellectual center in the Islamic world. Chapter 2. Mamluk period. The Mamluks, a military class of former slaves, ruled Egypt from the 13th to the 16th centuries. Chapter 2. During this time, Egypt flourished as an important trade and cultural center, though it faced periodic conflicts with the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman and modern Egypt, 1517-1952, one Ottoman rule. In 1517, Egypt became part of the Ottoman Empire, though the Ottomans allowed considerable local autonomy. 1. Egypt continued to be a vital center of trade and culture. Chapter 2. Napoleon's invasion and British influence. In 1798, Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Egypt, but his forces were eventually defeated. 2. Egypt came under increasing British influence in the 19th century, and the British officially took control of the region in the 1880s. Chapter 3. Nationalism and the Revolution. In the early 20th century, Egypt experienced growing nationalist movements calling for independence from British control. Chapter 3. The Egyptian Revolution of 1952, led by Gamal Abdel Nasser, resulted in the overthrow of the monarchy and the establishment of the Republic of Egypt. Modern Egypt, 1952, present. 1. Nasser and the Arab world. Nasser became the first president of Egypt, introducing major social and economic reforms, including land redistribution and nationalization of key industries. 1. He also sought to unify the Arab world and played a central role in the non-aligned movement. Chapter 2. Sadat and Mubarak. Following Nasser's death in 1970, Anwar Sadat became president and oversaw significant shifts in foreign policy, including the Camp David Accords in 1978, which led to peace with Israel. Chapter 2. After Sadat's assassination in 1981, Hosni Mubarak took power and ruled Egypt until he was ousted during the 2011 Egyptian Revolution. 3. Arab Spring and aftermath. The 2011 revolution led to the fall of Mubarak and the rise of new political challenges. Chapter 3. Egypt has since faced political instability with the rise of Abdel Fattah el-Sisi in 2013 after a military coup. Cultural heritage. Throughout its history, Egypt has been a cultural beacon. Its monuments, such as the Great Pyramids, the Sphinx, the temples of Luxor, and Valley of the Kings, are among the world's most iconic landmarks. Egyptian art, architecture, and writing, including hieroglyphs, have left an indelible mark on history. Modern Egypt remains a center of Arab culture and a major force in the Middle East. The story of Egypt is a fascinating tale of transformation, innovation, and continuity from the early dynastic period to its current place in the world. Egypt's ancient civilization laid the foundation for much of the modern world, and its cultural legacy continues to influence the arts, sciences, and philosophy.